Okay, let's get right into it, boys. As you can see in my lobby right here, it's Setsuko. Setsuko was like rank 1 in NA in North America, but the ranks reset or whatever, so it's just a bunch of people with Challenger, MMR, and like Diamond right now, so we're all just fighting each other and ruining the whole ladder. I don't know why they make Challenger players have to restart in Diamond and just ruin everybody's games, but that's the way they make it happen, so it is what it is. We got a Kaisa and Nyla opener here from just free random stuff, so we're gonna hold on to that. They reworked Star Guardian to where you only need 2 now, and I'm still learning the set by myself, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. And you guys also have to understand that anything that's meta right now within like a week or two is gonna be patched and completely changed up, right? And people said they wanted me to pause. Oh, sorry. People wanted me to pause for the augments so I can explain them to you guys. My bad. Just a little bit of... It's hard playing at 1.5 speed. I misclicked. Yeah, here we can come into this. So, prismatic augment opening up, right? And we're on 2-1. We really got to decide what we want. There's either 2 routes here. One, we can refresh, but these are the... We know what these are, right? We know what these are. And when you refresh, you're always leaving the opportunity to get 3 really shit prismatics and you're just stuck with them. You're more often than not better off just choosing, unless they're unbearable, one of the prismatics that works. In my opinion, I am never going Super Souls. This railroads you for the rest of the game, especially on 2-1. I'm either going between Windfall and Radiant Relics, but I'm going to go with Radiant Relics, because in my opinion, this is going to generate more than 25 gold worth, and even the interest it would provide. Plus, there's a lot of cool Radiant Relics, and it's really fun. I just recommend you choose this one. And in this case, I'm going to choose Static Shiv. The reason why is Kaisa has a free attack speed steroid built into her kit. And already having the Star Guardian opener, and they changed her to a quick draw unit, she's going to ramp up a lot, and I'm going to get a ton of free damage with the Static Shiv. And I'm just going to slam my components here and make my board as strong as I possibly can.
I'll take my time with them.
2-1, we're coming into our combat. And what are we going to be looking for on the carousel coming up? We're probably either going to be looking to make Rage Blade out of this large rod, or anti-heal as a part of our checklist, right? Because we know we need, at some point, we're going to need anti-heal, so you can make that through a Sunfire Cape on the carousel, or you can just start looking to make some other tank items, but you know you're going to need 1 hyper carry and 1 main tank. And at this point, we're just going to be looking to make our board as strong as we possibly can. Getting Defender out on the board, even though we're replacing a 3-star for a 2-star. Defender is disgustingly broken in the early game, and it is highly slept on. Having a Defender opener, especially in this set, from my experience, Mecha Garen and stuff like that with Defender right now is super good. But also maybe because of ELO I'm playing at. Like, I'm playing in, like, I think in this I was playing at Diamond 4, and by the time I ended my stream, I was already back up to Diamond 2. Before I know it, I'll be back in, like, Masters and, like, Grandmaster. I don't know how long it'll take me to get back to Challenger. But we're just picking up pairs, solid pairs. I wanted to see how good Quick Draw was this game, I believe. But who knows what this game beholds. Perhaps I just use these as a locomotive and I pivot towards, like, a 5-star comp at the end. But I was halfway through this game, I didn't even realize who I was playing against. Playing against Setsuko, and I think there was like 2 other Challenger players in the lobby. Or like, because they got rank reset as well. And this is a disgustingly strong opener, by the way. We're going to make gold interest where we can. There's just always how we're going to do it. And we're coming into the carousel here on 2-4, and on 2-5 we're going to be leveling up to get another free unit on the board. Coming into this carousel, they changed it up a bit now to where you get 2 items and a unit, and the items will automatically bounce off of the units, so you no longer have to sell your unit, it seems like. And we're just going to be looking for these items. I went right for that Malphite because I want that Rage Blade, And realizing I can't get that, I just grabbed the next best thing.
I'll make this look easy.
I mean, the other two options just sucked regardless, but I can make redemption, I can kill one of these items, and I'm praying coming up here on the Krugs I hit a bow or a BF sword, so I can make Gunblade on the Kaisa here, or a Rage Blade. Doing a little bit of scouting, I'm realizing there's a hacker unit, and I reposition for it. And we're just gonna go through these combats. Right now we're super strong. The static shiv on Kaisa early is like really what's winning us these fights. It's so much AoE damage. It's disgustingly broken, the Radiant relic this early, especially with this opener, right? We have quick draw with Star Guardian, Kaisa with the static Radiant. We're gonna make gold here, and we're gonna go through our neutral round. It doesn't matter how anybody's comps look. I'm not rolling down or doing anything dumb here to preserve this streak. Doesn't matter to me if I lose this streak or not. I'm gonna go into neutrals, and then I'm gonna do one more fight after neutrals. So I think neutrals are 3-1 here. I could be wrong. I just don't know the numbers off the top of my head. But on 3-2, we're gonna be leveling up regardless of what happens. We're not gonna spend any more gold. I'd hope with 2 pairs here we would naturalize an upgrade already, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Our board being all 1-star isn't very good.
Target marked.
Metal is harder than flesh.
We're just gonna make gold here. We're gonna make 50 no matter what. It doesn't really matter to me what the units are. And then I'm just gonna grab some random shitters. I'm gonna buy the upgrade here, and I'm not gonna have 2 components chilling on my bench while I'm win streaking. I already know I have static shift for shred, but it's just gonna make me stronger if I slam the ionic spark. And now I want to level up for the streak, because I have enough to keep interest and try to preserve my streak here, but this guy was just, I believe, too strong. This guy had Locket with Edge and Knight duelists. I just didn't have enough. And so most people get confused coming up here. So, alright, you wouldn't level... Usually you don't have enough gold to level there and keep interest. So you'd be leveling up to 6 on this turn. So you'd be choosing your augment, and then you'd be leveling up.
Let's get to work.
Okay, people said they wanted me to go through these augments. Okay, so... We're never going featherweights. This is like for a reroll comp. We don't have anything like this. Makeshift isn't good in our situation because, one, we already have 2 items on this. Makeshift's just very niche. This is like, in my opinion, makeshift's only good when you have like just all backline items. Like when you just have all DPS items, you can't make any tank items. This makes up for all your front line. And remember the checklist we talked about? We know we're going to need anti-heal, so we're just going to choose Sunfire board. Now we don't have to worry about it. We talked about a checklist before. We talked about usually you want some healing, you want anti-heal, you want ramping damage, you want frontline, you want backline, and then you want like I don't know how to describe it, but you want some form of resistances. Like, yeah, you want like Defender or Aegis or something. That's your checklist you can stick with.
Let's get to work.
And this is me learning the game too, guys, by the way. I don't know if this is the best comp, but I was just having some fun playing. Roughly the decision making's all going to be the same though. Even if it's a different set. Some of the units are still the same, but in the end of the game you're going to start pivoting towards higher tier units. Just for the sake of the argument though, you'd be leveling up here on 3-2, not 3-1 like I did. Because I had surplus gold, and I wanted to preserve my streak as well.
Another day, another bullseye.
And you notice how we're not wasting any dumb gold on like re-rolling or anything. We're just gonna go to level 7 and put another unit on the board. We're gonna be looking to get 4 defender out there, I believe. Because right now it seems like with this backline we have enough DPS. And this being a new set, I don't even know if you want to go for 3-star Kaisa here or not. Because I don't know what all the new units are. I don't know what all the new synergies are. But overall, the overall macro is still roughly the same. The concepts are still the same. So the units changing up shouldn't matter too much. And that's why coming in here, we're looking to finish off a Kaisa item. More likely than that, I'm always going to be looking for Rage Blade here. Because that's what she needs to start like hyper scaling. Because with her attack speed steroid passive and with Star Guardian, she ramps up incredibly quick. I must have made a mistake. At this point, I was like level 7 and I wanted to hit an upgrade or two. I was like looking for like Kaisa, for sure. I was sweating it a little bit. Because I figured with the Nico here, I could hit it. Now I'm sitting on like a ton of pairs as well, right? Sitting on 3 pairs. So that's, I'm not going to use this Nico right away. I'm going to make sure I hit one of these pairs, or 2 of them, and then I'm gonna use the Nico on the last one to round out my comp. Yeah, I have to roll here on a bit 7 because I may have too many unupgraded units, and I don't care about rolling this deep, honestly. Just making up the gold interest for when I rolled super deep. This also keeps my win streak, but I had to hit some upgrades. I'm sitting on several pairs. You don't want your whole bench, or you don't want your whole board to just be 1 star. Especially now since I have like this Nico. Whichever I find first, the Shen or the Rel, I just Nico the other one. Because people make this game too complex. You're only really gonna have 8 units on your board, and the moment you can get the majority of them upgraded, you're good. We're gonna finish off Kaisa items here, make Hodge over Thieves' Gloves or whatever else it'd be. So I was debating on like Thieves' Gloves and then something else, but I said nah. I want the... Because right now I'm win streaking, I want to preserve as much HP as I can. And by me slamming these items right now, I'm able to do that. So even if somebody creates a stronger board winning out, I'm gonna have a larger HP total to secure my top 4. Because as of right now, I don't think this is like a first place comp by all means, and I don't understand the set fully enough. Because it's literally just the other day the set got released to be able to make a max capped out board that I feel like we'll be able to win out. Oh, and here people wanted me to pause. So since we know refreshing, there's gonna be 2 5-cost units no matter what. And we know there's going to be 1 4-cost unit. And in this case, I'm always going to take Shiny. I didn't even see what the first augment is, but I'm always going to take Shiny 1. Because you got to have a little fun, man. I'm not in Challenger. I'm in like Diamond 4, Diamond 3, climbing. I think I ended up streaming Diamond 2. You got to have some fun. Okay? And Shiny, although it's fun, it's also like a meme thing. I took Shiny because 1, I wanted more gold, more components. So that's what I went for it for. Usually you want to go Shiny if you have like some AP items you can slam on him and get like instant value. But so yeah, I'm gonna go with it regardless here. And then I'm gonna power level so I can get him out of my board as well. Because he's gonna make me enough gold as is, just him being Shiny. I'm gonna gain back all that interest. And if I keep the win streak up, I should be good. So if I keep the win streak up, so if I win this combat, I make 10 gold. Plus the win streak, what, that's like 3 or 4. I don't know what the 5 win streak is off the top of my noggin. And then I'm going to be dredging up like 3 to 6 gold a turn from just Urgot's waves. So I'm in a good spot. I just start slamming items on him. I don't care what it is, as long as I get 3 items on Urgot. I got hard skamaz there, though, I'll tell you that much. And this was a positioning error. I should have had the Kaisa in the far right corner. I only moved her over to the far left because I saw the Warwick hacker. Yeah. And at this point, I was wondering if the reason why I lost it wasn't enough DPS. Because if I have 4 quick draw, so much more damage. I should have swapped back because this guy swapped the Warwick over. This is why you have to pay attention to like these hacker units. And this is the second time where Shiny didn't get me anything, so I started getting pissed. I was like, okay, so we're at 2 combats now. My whole augment's basically giving me nothing. You know, all these other people are getting intrinsic value right off the rip. And I'm just gonna be looking for an Urgot item. I don't care about anything else. I was like, I wanted to get that crit glove so I can make thieves gloves. They changed Janna, so like now she doesn't have like civilian. And now the weather usually sucks besides windy still. So I'm just gonna make Last Whisper. With Urgot's auto attacks, he's basically just a constant ticking dot for like Last Whisper. Yeah, I think 4 defenders are stronger in this case. It's a lot more armor. And I wanted to keep my Urgot centered. You can min-max it and either have him hex over to the right or hex over to the left. But I feel like on average, you're going to hit more things with your wave having him centered. And I want to dredge up more treasure, so that's why I had him there. It's not better for winning fights, though. It's better for more treasure, in my opinion. So I was being like a little greedy here. Oh, it's the first treasure chest, and we get a crit glove.
I got this.
Usually you'd want to put your Urgot 1 hex to the left, so it'd hit the whole left side of the board here and hit the supers. But as you can see, a lot of these people aren't doing... Well, some of these people are doing scouting, but for the most part, they're not. See, so I don't even know what this comp is. I think this is like the new mascot Vex comp. I don't know how good it is. But I feel like you for sure need Vex 3, and I think blue buff is Abyss items on Vex from like a guide I saw, but I don't know off the top of the noggin. And at this point, since you hit the 2-star 4 cost defender, you're going to want to sell your weaker defender like Poppy here and transfer the items. Because why do I want my 2 tank items on my lower tier tank? Much rather have these 2 items on a higher tier tank. So I'm gonna... A lot of people don't know this here. You can bounce the Thieves' Gloves off your unit that you have the unit on. And then you can put on something else. A lot of people don't know you can bounce it like that. And at this point, I got giga greedy. What I decided to do was... I was gonna put in a second Urgot. Because I was thinking to myself, double shiny, double value. And I can hit waves with the whole board here. So that's what I'm going to be doing here shortly. Because you see how on that hex, Urgot hits the whole right side? If I put another Urgot out, he'll hit the whole left side. So I'm going to have to get some value. Because at this point, I'm starting to get pissed. Yep. I think I do it here. I don't remember. It's been a long day. I think I should have just took out Lucian or Ezreal though here. I took out Lucian and Ezreal and kept on 4 defender. But I feel like I would have lacked in too much DPS if I dropped down to 2 quick draw, because the damage hike is like 55% to like 100 something. It's like more than double if I drop down from 3 quick draw to 2. But I think hindsight's 2020. I should have kept on the 4 defender. At this point, I'm loose streaking a bit, and I'm not stressing it. Because I know I'm going to be able to hit 9. I should have kept in the second Urgot here. Then you have to get... I'm not worried about it, because I know with Shiny, I'm always just going to farm this back. Eventually here, because it hasn't paid out, but I know it will. Plus, like, my board's not getting any stronger, really chilling on 8. The vast majority of my board's already upgraded. Yeah, we got a lot of shiny value here. So these are new carousels. You don't know what you know. I think that they do this with champions too. So seeing the Garen, I started looking at the mech, and I'm like, okay, if he's already 4 defender and he has a ton of armor, I can put a Dragon's Claw on him, and he'll have a ton of magic resist now. And at this point, I'm not sticking with this anymore. I realize the comp's falling off, and I want to slowly start transitioning my board to just a 5-cost legendary board. I'm not going to be sitting with all these trash units on my board the whole game. So, all these units got to go. I got to put on new stuff, and as you can see, Shiny's finally starting to pay off a little bit. You know, it's sad to say that it's only when I'm dying, though. But it's all good. We're at a 5-loss streak, making a lot of money.
Let's get to work.
So we live with 1 HP. This is some last stand value here. This is some good RNG for us.
They wanted ability. I gave them ability.
I am the robot. Hear me roar. Roar.
They don't know what they're up against. They don't know what they're up against.
And whenever we see a golden unit, we're just gonna buy it here and put it on the board. It's really that simple. Janna sucks now. Don't even play that trash.
Roar.
And we're gonna just start liquidating our old board that's booty, and we're gonna start putting on the new units. Since Ezreal has a unique interaction, I just kept it on there.
You will feel my rage now.
And I'm looking at my, I'm just now, because I was still learning this set, I was starting to like look at my synergies, and I realized that I don't need the second defender, so I know Rel's got to get off my board. And you can always get Aegis with like Leona +1.
All charged up.
So here's the Leona. I was thinking about getting like Aegis out on the board. This Ezreal puts in work, man, seriously. I don't know exactly how the second Ezreal works for parallel. Maybe now I can watch it a bit better, but when I was playing the game, I didn't fully understand it. There's still a lot of new stuff I don't understand about the game, and as I understand more, I'll break it down for you guys.
I know the way.
Yeah, I wanted the Aegis really bad. And that last minute swap. I realized that this guy swaps for me, so I just did it again. I knew there was a Warwick hacker in the lobby. And honestly, from my experience, this Warwick comes busted, but I do think that was a cool 1 HP comeback, and for me not understanding the really what all the units do and just having good fundamentals, I think you could learn something from that. Trying to preserve your win streak, even if you don't understand what everything does, roughly understand their AD or AP scaling and how to assign items accordingly. Rolling down in certain instances, I should have explained when I went to 9 more, but I think all in all is at least a fun game to watch. Maybe it wasn't, I don't want to say the best coaching for this one because I'm still learning the set myself, but I think you could, I hope you can take something from this. All right, have a good day.